Hey clinic owners, in this video, I'm going to show you what you should be working on first when it comes to generating more new patients for your clinic. So the reason why I'm creating this is because many times I find when clinic owners come to me and they're asking, what problem should be solving first, and then they're thinking of updating their new website. Should they be coming up with a new logo? Should they be investing more in their landing pages? Should they be putting more money into ads? And so I'm going to give you an overview of what you should be looking at when it comes to deciding what to improve throughout your entire patient acquisition process. There's only main three elements that you have to pay attention to. The first element you should be looking at is traffic. Okay, meaning eyeballs, attention. Do people know about your clinic? Do people know about the services that you're offering? Eyeballs, attention, all comes down to traffic. Okay, so that's the first. Secondly, conversions. After you have traffic, you want your traffic to be taking an action. Ideally contacting you, ideally booking an appointment with you, submitting a form, calling you, whatever your conversion is, right? So that's the second part, which is conversions. And then the third part will be retention. Okay, so once you have converted the customers for the first time, how are you retaining them? Are they coming back for more of your services? Do they come back on a recurring basis, right? These are the three elements that you should be working on first. Instead of deciding, you think you should be putting more money into ads, you think you should be redesigning your website because your website is old, right? Don't worry about any of this, because you need to understand which part over here are you lacking. Are you lacking traffic? Are you lacking conversions? Or are you lacking retention? How do you know when you have a traffic problem? You know when you have a traffic problem when, obviously, there's no traffic. Website visitors. When you look at your analytics, there's no website visitors, and they are not coming from Google, they are not coming from YouTube, IG, Facebook, TikTok. Okay, so if you currently don't have any traffic coming in, don't worry about redesigning your website. Do not worry about redesign your landing page. Don't spend money on new logo, a new branding, right? Because the main problem right now is nobody knows about your clinic. Nobody knows about the services that you're offering. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to fix this issue first. Because we do have clinics coming to us, they want to redesign their entire website. And when we take a look at their analytics, they do not have any people going to their website in the first place. Why should you be investing money into creating a new website when there's nobody to look at the new website anyway? So that's the first thing that you want to work on. So how you check this is actually very simple. Go over to your Google Analytics if you already have this set up. If you do not, you have to make sure that your website is tracking some kind of data, because if not, you're just working off blindly. First things first, it's you have to have traffic, right? You have to have eyeballs on your clinic, on your services. Okay, if you do not have this, do not worry about retention. Do not worry so much about conversions, because you need to be sending traffic either from Google, so this can be either via ads, or it can be via SEO, which is organic. And then YouTube obviously is going to be video content. Instagram is going to be posts or video. Facebook likewise the same. TikTok is mainly going to be short form videos. If you do not have any traffic, the first problem you have to fix is figuring out how can you get traffic, and either by some of these sources. So that's first. If you have traffic going to your website already, so you may be sending traffic via ads, you may be getting traffic via organically or YouTube, depending on which stage you're at. But if your clinic is already getting traffic, the next thing that you want to focus on is working on conversions. How do you work on conversions? Again, you look at what is your conversion rate, okay, what is the percentage, and you want to increase this percentage, because this means that you can still get the same amount of traffic, but you are getting more new patient inquiries, you are getting more leads coming in because of increasing your conversion rate. This is when you should be looking at, do you need to change your web design? Okay, and if you're running Google Ads, do you need to change your landing page? Because the main goal over here is to increase your conversion. Do you have to come up with new offers? So these are the few things that you can pay attention to when deciding, what should you be changing? Should you be looking at a website design change? Should you be looking at a landing page? Should you be creating new offers, right? So this is the second stage. So if you already have traffic, the next thing you want to look at is conversions. Okay, how can you convert more of the traffic that you are getting? That's the second pillar. So it's pretty straightforward. The last stage is once you have traffic, okay, and you find that your conversion rate, your conversion rate is decently high, the next thing you want to focus on is on retention, which means how can you get the customers to come back again? So this can be in a form of coming back for a recurring service. This can be in the form of having a sales system in place where you're following up with your patients, booking them in, upselling them, is to retain them. Do you have any kind of referral system? Because this is how you retain a customer. This is also how you are able to get in more new patients referrals from your existing patients. So these are the main 3 concepts that you should be working on. So if you have a question of should you be improving your website, should you be scaling your ad budget, right? Let's say, for example, if you have a question of should you be investing more into ads budget right now, look at your conversion rate, because if your conversion rate right now is very low, do not need to worry about increasing your ad budget because you already have traffic, just that you're not converting the traffic. So you need to be working on your landing page design, working on your offers, or working on your website design. And if your question is, should you be redesigning? And if you look at the traffic that you are receiving, you don't have any traffic, then you should not be worrying about creating new assets or like focusing on creating a landing page and that kind of stuff. Focus on getting traffic first. And if you have traffic and is converting well, then you need to think about how can you retain all these customers for a longer period. You're selling them into a package, whether you're selling them into a referral system, whether do you have any sales system set up in place. So if you work on these 3 things, right, this becomes a cycle. So if you get more traffic, you can convert them better and you can retain better. All those people that have been retained, they will be referring people, and you get more traffic, your conversion rates are better because you have better patients, and all this just keeps going on in a recurring cycle. Hopefully this will be able to help you out. And if you are a clinic owner or a clinic manager, or if you have friends who is running clinics, you can send this over to them, let them take a look. And if you like content like this, you want to stay updated on how you can get more new patients, how you can increase revenue to your clinics, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified whenever a new video comes up.